Incoming, sir. Location looks to be Central Indiana. Fire up those sirens, Sergeant. Brian K. Morris. He came without warning.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Oh my goodness, my fez is askew. Okay, there we go. Anyway, good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? I'm Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance author and editor, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant, and hoping y'all had a great weekend. I had one. A few moments fraught with danger, but otherwise, it was definitely a win. It was a win by the by the end of the weekend. Hope yours was too. Hope some of us in the Midwest got a little bit of snow over the weekend, and we're coping with some bad temperatures right now. But we hope you're secure and you're safe in your domicile or your place of employment. And we got a lot to talk about this morning. The comments are filling up. We're glad to see everyone here, but we're going to be talking this morning. It's going to be an AMA, Ask Me Anything About the Terrors, which is available now on Amazon. Please check that out. You will be glad you did. I will be grateful as well. Anyway, and start out strong, but we'll talk about that in just a couple minutes. But first, we got to give thanks. We just finished the Thanksgiving season. But the spirit of generosity and of gratitude should continue all year round. And my gratitude to these wonderful people is boundless. These are our Patreon supporters. Patreon being a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with an affordable monthly stipend. Even $1 a month will get you for probably less than you'll spend on 3 coffees at a major coffee vendor. You can get 2 blogs from me per week, every week of the month, of the year even, where we write whatever's on our mind. And tomorrow's will probably be about the terrors because that's what we like talking about right now. But anyway, these wonderful people support us directly. We are indescribably grateful to them all. And they got their names in the book, too, because they were subscribers. So if you'd like your name in one of my publications, or you just want to support what the Rising Tide is doing for others, please consider going to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and see what works for you. And we'll be eternally grateful to you. Speaking of eternally grateful, I am eternally grateful to Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it really does matter to your readers. One of the things I'm already getting comments for with this wonderful book here is how gorgeous it is. And that is a knockout cover by the award-winning Jeffrey Hayes. And I'm so proud to have this on the front of my book. And you'll be proud to have his work on the front of your book, too, because you worked hard on that darn thing. And you want the best for it, right? You want to send it out in the world in the best clothing you can get for it. And Jeffrey Hayes does just that at indie creator-friendly pricing. So check out his samples on his Facebook page, and then go over to plasmafiregraphics.com and initiate that discussion with him and get yourself on Jeffrey's schedule. He's a busy guy, And when you see results like that, you understand why he is in demand. And he's such a great guy to deal with, and I love him to death. Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics, when looking for your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we want to give a shout out to the Indie Author Book Expo gift and book emporium at the Valley West Mall in West Des Moines. Had a fantastic time with some fellow authors, including the great Cindy Kemp, CKOEPP.com. Please check out her books. Please pick up her work. She is amazing. She really is. And she's so much fun and so helpful. And anyway, we stayed as late as we could, but the weather started going south on us. Mainly a front was coming in towards the south. And the snows, we had to leave about 4 o'clock, unfortunately. But the snows were already making travel hazardous. Cookie and I managed to outrun the storm, which was good. And we made it home in a timely manner, safely. But it was a white knuckle ride for about 90 minutes or so. But anyway, thank you to Jen Thompson and everybody from the IABE board who were there. It's just so great to meet everyone, put a face to some of the people we only know online, and they're like this little square of ones and zeros. But anyway, it was a fantastic time there. Cookie and I were grateful for everyone's generosity of spirit. And I got to say, the Valley West Mall is definitely on the comeback. I was there well over a year ago. I want to say close to a year and a quarter ago. And the mall was clearly joining the legion of dead malls across the country. But this was brightly lit. There were people showing up for the weekend for Small Business Saturday. And we want to thank everyone that did come out, everyone that bought books, everyone that checked out what the store has to offer. Now, if you missed the day, I'm going to give you all a heads up. If you're in the West Des Moines, Iowa area watching this, pop on over to the store, because I left some books and they're signed. They are autographed, and you can pick up an autographed book at the IABE Book and Gifts Shop at the Valley West Mall in West Des Moines, Iowa. And I don't know all the various suburbs of Des Moines. I'm learning them, though. I'm learning because I keep going back there. But anyway, please check it out. And that's the last show we're doing of the year. We have December already. We're not going to do any shows at all. One is the weather. One is my elderly backside is tired. Wants to take a month off from traveling. Now we are looking at a couple of shows. One may be starting in January, but it's a special one, and some special people are involved. So we're going to be talking to them today about that. And if we don't, we may show up just for funsies, because we haven't done that enough. So anyway, yes, we had a great weekend at the Valley West Mall. IABE, Jen Thompson, love you guys very much. All of you that showed up. And then yesterday was a day of rest and recovery and work for me, because I'm finishing up a short story for Kelly Austin, her new anthology, and hope to get it done to her this week. Then I can start on my Captain Hawkland story for Charles F. Milhouse. But anyway, during the weekend, we are now working with Draft to Digital rather than Amazon directly, because I like the reach these guys have. And, well, they are releasing this book, The Terrors, and it got listed on Amazon. You'll see below the address for Amazon. I will put that up later, so that if you want to order, please check it out. Otherwise, go to my page, my profile page on Facebook, and you can get a link there. Also, it's in the Pulp Factory page as of this morning. A number of lovely people have shared the link, and thank you so much for that. Appreciate the heck out of you all. But anyway, it's starting out pretty strong. We started out in the 600,000s, which you're probably thinking, Brian, why are you so damn happy? Well, the fact is, when there's 14 million books, and I swear that is at least, I know they have at least 14 million books, because I've got an anthology old anthology, I'm in the 12 millions because we just don't, nobody's promoting it. But anyway, out of 14 million books, we're in the 600,000s, and currently we're in the 500,000s. We were in the 400,000s yesterday. By the time I went to bed, but we've settled down a little. We're going to promote a little bit more. But anyway, if you guys and gals could find my post and please share it, talk me up among your friends, and order a copy. Please order a copy, because if you buy one from Amazon and you see me at a show, bring it, because I will definitely sign it for you. I'd be more than happy to. But otherwise, if I don't sign it for you, you owe me $20. So that's the way it works. So anyway, we've got a crap ton of comments here. You guys are on fire this morning. And so we're going to get a comment from StreamYard. Live viewer comment show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click on a comment, show it on screen, which we're glad to do. And of course, we got the great Nick Tockard here. Nicholas Tockard, glad to see you, brother. And Nick is the brand new host of the brand new, as what, a year and a half now. Wow. Time flies when somebody else is having fun, right? Anyway, Nick Tockard is the host of Never Mind the Furthermore, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. East Central Time on the Nicholas Tockard and the Historical Fencing Guild channels. Please check out that show. Great interactive conversation. Funds. You will have a good time. And good morning to the lovely Dawn Billis. Good morning. Dawn, Michaela and I are meeting tonight in the usual spot, just to let you know. And good morning, Brian and friends. Good morning to you. Glad to see you here. Hope your morning is going well. And of course, the man himself, Brian Rahman. Good morning, my fellow Brian and no Warnians. I hope you're all doing fantastic on this Monday morning. And if you haven't already, go buy the Terrors. Yes. Thank you, Brian. Brian was the first one to put his order in, and he bought a copy for himself and one for his dad. I'm so excited. And really, I've got to say, I am thrilled with the outpouring of congratulations and joy that this book is finally out. The origins of it start on my Patreon account, where we started a flash fiction first draft novel, where I had a goal in mind, which changed repeatedly over the course of writing. But as I got the first draft chapter out, I would put it into my Patreon account for the $5 and higher people. And we're thinking about doing it again real darn soon. Not just Volcana, but something else. But anyway, moving on. So then we edited it. Jeffrey Hayes supplied an amazing cover for it, as you saw. And then we put it up. I've only had one pushback on it so far. I put it in a pulp-related forum this morning, and one of the moderators okayed it, and the person who okayed it then said this is the worst thing that ever happened, that I am worse than television, ruining classic characters. I left a laugh for him. If that's all it takes to, make this person unhappy, then I'm happy to. Because obviously he's not read the book. So, as of this point, aside from my Patreon friends, only 2 people have read the book, and I'm one of them. So, and I've read a lot. Anyway, that was great. But anyway, I've gotten so much love from everyone, and I am sincerely at a loss for words to tell you how much I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who is ordering this book. And during the course of the show, please take when it comes back around, take a screenshot of the address or go to my profile page on Facebook, and you'll get a direct link where you can order a paperback copy of The Terrors by me. I'm really proud of this book. I am so very proud of it. And so much so that I wouldn't mind getting nominated for a Pulp Factory Award next year, he said openly. But anyway, and Brian has been so generous in his praise and his sharing. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I love you so much. You tasty piece of man candy. And don't worry, Brian, more than my fez is askew. Oh, really? Now, is that a fez, or are you just glad to see me? And hey, Brian, hello, Dawn. And good morning to you, Facebook user. Mwah, glad to see you here. And yeah, and Brian, get everyone. There's two Brians. Let's pump up the jams and plug the Terrors by BKM. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. So I'm about to call you Nicholas. I usually call you Nick. But anyway, but no, I sincerely appreciate. Please share. Please share. It would make me so happy. Even better, it'll make Cookie happy. And we all want her to be happy, do we not? Anyway, oh, by the way, I made Cookie happy on Saturday morning. Not that, but we went to a place behind the hotel where we were staying called the Breakfast Club. And we see a giant illustration of Audrey Hepburn holding a foot and a half tall plate full of flapjacks. You know you're in for good food. And it's kind of like a mid 60s kind of color scheme. They had the Smurfs playing on the big TV, the Smurfs cartoon playing on the big TV. And shameful, I knew every one of the characters. I haven't seen that stupid thing for 40 years. But we had some amazing food there, and lots of it. You'll be taking some home probably. The coffee was fantastic. The service was amazing. And I love the t-shirts. Like it showed like this kind of like wobbly happy face, and it was labeled resting breakfast face, RBF, resting bacon, or not bacon, but breakfast face. And the one I liked, it showed a coffee pot, and above it said pot dealer. And we gave us some ideas for t-shirts of our own. But anyway, yes, that was a part of the highlights of the weekend. And one of them was the great response to the terrors. Thank you so much. And hey, all. And Facebook user says, another day of working on projects and drinking lots of coffee. I hope everyone had a great holiday weekend. Well, we're joining you, my friend. Thank you for being here. We did, and I hope you had the same. I hope you had a memorable and pleasant Thanksgiving weekend. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. And while our feet are stomping, yes, that's right. Stomp your hands and clap your feet. That's, if it's good enough for Slay, it's good enough for you. Anyway, Don. Oh, the first question: what prompted you to write the terrors? Okay, that's an excellent question, Brian. I read a book from Fantagraphics, and I'm blanking the name. I can never remember the name, but it was a book that examined the covers, comic book covers from the World War II vintage comic books of the era, and it said in there that the State Department had actually contacted some of the comic publishers to encourage them to make the Axis powers, when they appeared in the comics, to appear more cartoonish, or even in the case of the Asians, unfortunately, monstrous. Where, they were this horrible color of orange. Their eyes were incredibly slanted, and some of them had fangs and pointed ears. They looked like actual monsters. The real monsters were the people behind all this nonsense, but the idea was to dehumanize the enemy and make them easier to kill. Well, that easier to kill started a progression in my head of thinking, what kind of organization, because I'm into conspiracy theories, what kind of organization from the government would find this sort of disinformation useful, and for what purpose? And it got to, in my head, thinking about encouraging young men to join the draft and to enlist in the military to fight the enemy. And first, you're giving them this cartoony version of the enemy that grows worse as the war years progress. And the thing is, though, if you're trying to encourage young men to join the military, of course, the military wasn't looking for everyone. They'll take almost everyone, but they weren't looking for everyone. They were looking for young white males. That's mostly what the system was set up to have, right? And what way, and then it got to another kind of sideline where I'm thinking, what if the characters whose names preceded with black were actually African American, like the Black Terror, the Black Bat, so on, so on, so on. And this all kind of merged in my skull until I came up with this plot where the Black Terror, who in the comics was Dr. Bob Benton, and his kid assistant was Tim Rowland. And I wanted to explore the dynamic of that relationship in the context of what if Bob was being the Black Terror was actually black. One, he wouldn't call himself the Black Terror. No more than Superman would call himself the White Superman, which has really got some bad connotations, especially now. But the idea was that I wanted to show what this, what we call Operation White Mask, would do to suppress these people of color from actively being vigilantes in their neighborhoods mostly, and taking their adventures though and recycling them with white characters, that we are more familiar with. And I thought it was an interesting sociological kind of thing going. So that's what got the ball rolling on that. And once I got the idea in place, the plot suggested itself. Then I threw in a couple of variables, like like Tim's mother. Tim's mother, to my knowledge, never appeared in the comics. And in fact, towards the end of the Black Terror run, Tim actually became Bob Benton's ward. Well, we're going to run parallel to what we know in the comics. And in fact, we're going to take some of the comics and create stories around them, of which the scene that you saw in the comics is the tip of the iceberg, but we're going to show you the rest of what's under the waterline too. But that's a future project. Those are future projects. So anyway, I just wanted to write that, and the further I got, and particularly when I introduced the mom plus the Jean Star. I love Jean Star. She's going to be a really great character in about half a dozen books, more so than she is now. And that's the love interest of Bob Benton. And another aspect is I'm exploring the idea that I didn't race change her. I did with Bob, but not her. So we've got that to play with too. We make some points, but it doesn't get in the way of the action. So that's one thing I'm happy with. So anyway, that was what prompted me. I hope that answers your question, my friend, Mr. Brian. And my God, the cover is so gorgeous. Jeffrey did an amazing job. He sincerely did. And here's the origin of this one. Like he'd been following the story on Patreon. He's one of my patrons, God bless him. And he started asking me, well, if you could cast the movie from any point in history, who played Bob Benton? So I was envisioning a younger Denzel Washington, a Saint Elsewhere era Denzel Washington, and who played the femme fatale, who played Tim Rowland. And I found a young man who had the look that I had in mind when I was writing this, and who played Mom, who played the gangster. I believe I had Paul Sorvino in mind from The Rocketeer. But anyway, that's how Jeffrey got involved with this, and he just turned this cover around so fast. It just it was amazing. It's just so wonderful, and I'm so proud to have. I'm seriously proud to have Jeffrey's cover on my book, and I promise, as long as Jeffrey wants to do them, I will have him do the Terrors Universe related books. I promise. And absolutely, Dawn, absolutely. And the jams are pumping, says Nicholas. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. Sitting here waiting to get Raziel for the day, and finally got to catch you live. Well, there you are, Rick Bradley. I know that. I know Raziel. Anyway, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? Good to hear from you. And Carl Wisdom, always good to hear from you. Good morning to you. And here we go. Let's see. Here we go. And we've got something from Devoted Dinter 3. thank you, but I don't need the offer. I appreciate it. I beat Witzman, says Dawn. Don't beat Carl. He's fragile. He's one of us. Anyway, everyone's saying hello. Yeah, I got lost on YouTube surfing. Hello, everyone. Yeah, that's my. I admit I didn't get a whole lot done yesterday because I found a whole bunch of videos that were calling to me. So, a bunch of stupid people, and my sense of Schadenfreude was powerful. Anyway, Don Dula says it was a bit scary from Minnesota to about Waterloo yesterday. Then the roads cleared up pretty well until home. Yeah, I talked to Michaela last night, and I guess Lexi had gone on the main north-south road by your 20 and found it of dubious safety, shall we say? And that's that. We're getting that season. That our main concern was the fact that it was the first snow of the season for much of that area that we were traveling in. We were going to be on the road about 8 hours as it was, with a couple stops along the way. But we were worried about other drivers forgetting how to drive in snow, which seems to happen every damn year. Gee, it snowed this time last year. Why should we slow down and crap like that? We like going sideways. So yeah, I'm glad you made it home, though, Dawn. We were concerned, and we're so glad you are with us. And let's see, and Facebook user, and I'm sorry, this is a Facebook thing. It's not a StreamYard thing, but Facebook wants you to check in on the StreamYard page every now and then. You don't have to post or anything. You just check in the StreamYard and then come back out, and then I'll be able to see who it is. So I'm sorry I can't read your name. I would love to, though. But anyway, hey, Brian, are there any other Golden Age characters in your book? And if so, which ones, and what relevance do they have with the protagonist? Well, there's one called, what I'm very fond of. I had to include him. We call him the Cobalt Scarab. And now some of you are going, wait a minute, Cobalt is a darker form of blue, and a scarab is that one. And his name is Garrett Daniels. He admits that's not his real name. And I just love that character so much because I've read some of the old comics, and his stories are dumber than hell. Really, a lot of them are dumb. But so were a lot of early Superman and Captain Marvel. But these were just absolutely charming, though, in their own way. And so I'm including him. And who else? I also have a guest appearance by a certain blind lawyer who isn't Matt Murdock, let's say, for all you pulp readers out there. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. But we're going to have other people in there. So yeah, we've used a couple others. We will introduce more. But I also am resisting the urge to include too many more because I don't want to do the entire pantheon of Golden Age characters to where it's like the Marvel Universe, where team-ups are inevitable because they're crashing into each other. I want them to be more special than that. So we're going to stick with, probably for the time being, maybe half a dozen of a rotating ensemble. But anyway, the main one will be the Terror, the former Black Terror, and Kid Terror. And the Cobalt Scarab will be popping in pretty frequently at first, but we see splitting him off into his own book. So anyway, and we might be opening up opportunities, so we say to other writers. Anyway, Carl Wisdom, we were worried about you, Dawn, being on the road. Yeah, Dawn, we are so glad you made it home safely. Thank you for being here, too. And IABE Books and Gifts, thank you for the mention. You know I had to. Mwah! Glad to see you. Are we talking to Jen, my darling Jen? Well, whoever you are, you're my darling. So anyway, glad to see you here. But yes, we had a fantastic time at the IABE Books and Gifts store. And like I said, you can not only that, but they have a list that I've shared on my profile page of other authors that have their wares there, including Cindy Kep, including Aaron Casey, A lot of our friends here for this show are our enterprises, so please check them out. Please check out if you're in the area, stop in and say hello. These are wonderful people, fun to talk to, and you will discover maybe your next favorite book from there. Anyway, and rest your weary bones, BKM. I've got too much to do, Nick. After this, I've got to start laundry. So anyway, but thank you for the sentiment. And rather than patronize the on one of my sworn enemies, I will get that from you in person, Brian. Yes, I have this on order. It has not arrived yet. It hasn't been printed yet. I imagine right now is a real busy time. Well, in fact, I was told that who had that? Oh, it was books. It was Drafted Digital. Said that if you're going to order your proof copy, order it fast because with the holidays and people taking time off at the end of the year, etc. After Thanksgiving, things are going to slow down as far as delivering your proofs. So I got my proof. I got it back within, I think, about 4 days. I was pretty pleased, and it turned out beautiful. Oh, so yeah, I understand that. And I'm not real thrilled with the Zon either. I don't want, I think I'm going to miss out on the international sales a bit, but we are going to make up for it in other ways. And I will say also that there will be a couple of ways that you, the viewing public at large, will be able to read my book for free, and Brian will still get paid. All right? It won't come out of your hide. So anyway, just letting y'all know, we'll let you know as soon as we get more of that set up. Okay, right now we're waiting on the ebook, and Cookie and I have to do some corrections on it because of formatting issues. Second question from Mr. Brian Rodman, who has got his own publishing venture, Memoirs of an Angel and the Nebulizer. Get that from this man here. Anyway, second question: what makes the Drafted Digital better than Amazon? So far, I am pleased with how many tools they have for the writers and publishers who either lack the skills to do things like a table of contents, like your back matter, like your legal pages, etc., your title page. They can do it for you through their computer AI overlords, whatever they have, and also the fact that they can get your book in so many places. There's about 40 different places, and one of them is like the largest book retailer in Great Britain. The other one is most of the others are online things like Smashwords or Hoopla or Overdrive, where, again, like I said, Brian, if somebody reads my book on Hoopla, I'll get paid, and I understand it's around 20% of the suggested retail price. So if 5 people read my book, it's the same as if I had sold one of them a copy. So plus I hear their customers, Michaela Jade has been telling me about their customer service, that it's like the old Create Space where you send them a problem, and instead of sending you the boilerplate, here's how you fix it, Sparky, they say, well, we've already fixed it for you. Have a nice day. And they're responsive. It sounds like it's writers working for writers, because I've seen interviews with the heads of the company, and they're both authors themselves. But they offer a lot for people. They offer a lot of it for free. They don't mind if you use their stuff and you go publish it elsewhere, like on Amazon or Lulu or whatever. But anyway, I'm liking it. I'm surrendering like about 10% of my royalties to them, but for the reach I'm getting, the possibility of getting into stores and into libraries, it's exciting, and I'm really gobsmacked at the possibilities there. So those are some of the things. I'm also planning on uploading it to other platforms such as Lulu, because I've heard so much about it from Carl and Donna in particular that I want to cover that base as well. So anyway, that'll come in soon. And Nick Tockert has a link to my book there. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. Please take a screenshot of that and type all that stuff in. That's a lot simpler than mine. So anyway, Don Dula said, I am the driver of the car fishtailed once. Let's see, driving out, I spun the wheels getting out of the parking place, which scared both Cookie and myself. Also, since I was at an incline and I'm backing up, I get just a couple feet out, then I hear and I'm like, oh crap. But we were freed. Actually, we just not skidded out, but excuse me. But we backed up. Pardon me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Anyway, we managed to back up and out of our parking space, and then I lost. When you're driving, you feel that you've lost traction with the road. That happened about 3 times on the way out of Des Moines. So, but we got out safely, and Dawn, I'm so glad you did too. Oh no. And Brian, never mind the furthermore, it's absolutely an honor and a privilege. It is an honor and a privilege to watch you, my friend. It is a great privilege. And anyway, there are the no-name faceless Facebook girls, Kelly Austin. I thought it was you, Kelly. I had a feeling it was you from the syntax. But anyway, I will have that story to you by the end of the week. I swear every day. So anyway, so anyway, and we have Teresa down here. Teresa, the poet, the publisher, the lady behind Poetry Expressions. Get those books from her now. And congrats to you, Barack, my friend. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that so much, sweetheart. And going into lurker mode, says Brian Robin, getting ready to go get my asthma shot this morning. Then maybe a better shot of something later. Oh, yeah, I like the better shot later thing. I've learned to appreciate it as an analgesic for my knees. It works faster and it tastes better. So anyway, I can drive after I take ibuprofen though. But anyway, good luck today, brother. As always, good luck to you. I always root for you. And from the desk of the Small Press Publisher, check him out Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Also, Thursday nights, he is the brand new host of Comic Book Spectrum, the vastly improved Comic Book Spectrum. Now they got this guy out of there, and they can finally get some work done. Check out that show on Thursday nights. A great show about comics at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time. It's great. Morning BK, I'm just busy posting and ignoring trolls in one group. Yeah, I talked about one troll, and one of them was the moderator. I don't care if he throws me out if he hears that. Screw him. Anyway, one of my friends came in and put a love on my post, so there is that. Anyway, hope your asthma behaves, Brian. Yes, we all do. We want Brian on the road to full health and recovery. And congratulations on the terror. So happy for you. Thank you, Teresa. I am over the moon over this. I really am. It is I've got to say, everybody knows I'm so proud of like my Skyman book, and I'm proud of Santa Sign. I'm proud of all my books actually, but I'm putting this up there in the top 3 as far as my favorites go. And I'm promising you now there will be sequels. And if you like Skyman, you will enjoy this. I'm pretty sure of that. And Donna's saying hello, and Teresa's saying hello. Or Nick can just keep dropping it in the chat sporadically. That's true. But even then, it's like I can help. So anyway, there's the terrors, and another address, a longer address is going to be coming up soon. But do a search for Brian K. Morris and the terrors on my page, my profile page on Facebook, and you will get there. And let's see, here we go. And Carl is saying hello to Teresa. And Nick Talker says, so how do we nominate you for a Pulp Factory Award? Well, first of all, if you have an interest in pulp, I will say first thing, join the Pulp Factory page, because I say an interest because there's a small questionnaire that they're not letting just anyone in. That you have to have a genuine interest in pulp. You know, if you love Doc Savage, The Shadow, any of that stuff, or you have a favorite writer like Bobby Nash or Jim Beard, that might get you in. It's been so long since I applied, but the nomination starts inside there, and then the general the general public can vote after that. That's when it goes outside of the Pulp Factory group and into most everyone else's mailboxes then. So anyway, after the show, there is the link to Never Mind the Furthermore for more fun, and you will want more fun because it is fun. And Nick runs a great show, so please check it out. And following that, on Mondays and Fridays, Daphne Lage and Nita Lanning have a great conversation every 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, following Nick's show on the Indie Comics channel. They do a lot of great promotion, a lot of great stuff, and a lot of great broadcasting. So check out their Indie Comics network there. Anyway, how do you write such excellent villains? Oh, thank you, Nick. Thank you. My favorite villains are ones that I give a little bit of humanity to. Either I give them, a degree of humanity that makes them relatable, or I give them absolutely no humanity, which makes them more interesting in some cases. And I will say that Sylvia Devereaux is one of the evilest people I've ever written. And she, of course, it's one of my stories. She'll get her comeuppance, but she'll be back, I promise. And I worked up a really great backstory for her, which will be told one day. And I've got to say one other thing. Another reason to get that story is that Sylvia Devereaux, I had come up with the character, but not the name. Cindy I invited her to name the character, and she did. So she's co-owner of the character with me. So we got that going, and she actually gave me a list of names, and I took one of the names as her professional name as a hit woman, Chicago hit woman, Sylvia Devereaux. Then we took another of the names, and that became her real name, the name she was born with, and she has a very hard backstory. And one of the things I was giving a thought to was creating like a book of short fiction that gave you the origins of the various characters, like maybe background on Bob Benton, background on Garrett Daniels, background on Gene Starr, and definitely Sylvia Devereaux. So anyway, that's another thing. It's another thing. It takes one to know one villains. That's true. That's true. There's a little villainy in all we do. So, and gonna switch over to YouTube. See you momentarily. Okay, look forward to the Kelly. Mwah. And there he is, Rad Publishing, Rick Bradley, making his triumphant reappearance this morning. It's good to see you, Rick. I really hope you're doing well, my friend. And Faceless Girl follows to YouTube. Looking forward to seeing you and your face soon. And driving with Raziel back to Harrisburg from Marion, so I'll be listening for around 20 minutes. Love you all. Love you too, Rick. And Raziel, hope you're having a great day. We hope you're getting lots of hugs from your daddy there. And morning, everyone. I have moved from Facebook to YouTube so I can have a face and identity. Stupid Facebook. I agree with you. Stupid Facebook. And good morning, everyone. Sinopa Publishing. Glad to have you here, Mr. Quinton. I'm so pleased to have you here. As always, hope everyone checks out what Sinopa Publishing is up to. Great publications for that group. Serious. Pardon me, William Bowe. Good morning to you, my friend. How are you? Well, I'm coughing for one thing, apparently. Very happy and excited for you about the tariffs. Love how excited and happy it makes you. Like I said, I'm over the moon about this, and I want to get a couple other projects out of the way because I'm coming up with plot lines for more books, and I'm excited. I really think this is going to be my series. And as always, hello everyone, says Carl Witzman. Please consider putting a like on this video. Thanks. Yes, because it does help us out on the YouTube algorithms. And if you're watching us after the fact, if you're watching us when we're past being live on here, we appreciate you all. We really do that you've made the effort to check us out. And we do hope you'll leave us a comment, and we'll try to reply to you. Like if you've got a question, I'll try to answer it for you. And from the Decimal Small Press Publisher, kudos on that. Kind of the rumored idea of a proposed Justice League storyline called the Just Us League, talking about why most ethnic heroes were not in the foreground in the beginning of the Justice League. Yeah, there was John Ridley wrote a really good mini-series. You might have seen it too. Jody McPhee. That's his real name. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was like a 5-part series where it explored the DC universe from the eyes of people of color or other minority characters in the DC universe. Um, from the Teen Titans, from the Justice League, etc. Black Lightning, and John Ridley's a brilliant writer. No wonder he's an Oscar winner, right? And this book was, fantastic. And I think, now that you mentioned it, I wouldn't doubt that this was in the back of my mind when I started plotting the terrors. And that was another thing that crossed my mind. Getting back to the origins of the book, is like, of course, we had systematic racism well established by the time that World War II came around. But why weren't there minority superheroes? And one thing I'm thinking about exploring: what if only minorities had superpowers? That would be an interesting dynamic. A certain amount of Americans don't like them, don't trust them, don't want them living next door, but they've got the powers. That's something I've played with momentarily every now and then. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but it could happen. So yeah. So anyway, that's a good observation. Thank you. And hi everyone from Dawn and Kelly's saying hello, hello, hello. And is the character in the Terrorist your favorite character that you've written in any book? He's up there. He is up there. I liked how he turned out. I think we're true to the character in the comics, but we're also putting a little bit of a more modern spin on his personality, because a lot of them were so bland back then, pretty much. Although not so much the Black Terror. And some of the stories were really excellent. Written by Richard Hughes, and Patricia Highsmith, the novelist, also wrote a series of them. But it's up there. But I also like writing Tim Rowland from the kid's point of view. Actually, I should say young adult, young teenager point of view, because I have him getting his powers at about 8 or 10 years old, and now he's about high school age now, as the novel's main thrust occurs. I also like writing Gene Starr and Garrett Daniels. Garrett was fun. But I also like writing Vaughn Carroll in the Skyman book, and Skyman and his uncle. I've got a number of characters I really enjoyed writing. Volcana's another one that I could write her dialogue all day long and have. But yeah, these have gone up in there. They've gotten been my favorites, William. But I don't know. I can say they are my absolute favorites, because that changes every day. Like you asked me on my favorite 5 movies, the list will change every day. But anyway, thank you for asking about that. And hey, Independent Creator Directory, just popping in and say hello before heading to bed. Congrats on the new book release, BKM. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much. And thank you for promoting it. I appreciate that so much. And hi and good night to Joey Be Good and all of his drizzle. And Carl ain't fragile. Oh, yeah. And everyone wants a happy sleep for Joseph. Joe's good to have you here, my friend. And can you imagine that meeting at DC or Marvel? Wait, you mean black people read comics? Oh, we better work on that. Hey, I'll tell you, Carl. I'll tell you. I have a friend who his name's Trevor Von Eden. He is he was the original artist on Black Lightning, which was recently a CW character as part of their Arrowverse. And he was hired. He was approximately my age, and he was hired when he was like 17 to be the penciler of Black Lightning. And he has some really horrific stories to tell about how he was treated up there. And he makes a good case for it being racially based, and it was not good. But yeah. But the thing is, Stan Lee realized it in the mid-'60s. That's why he created T'Challa and the Kingdom of Wakanda and the Black Panther. And it was at a time when he had a chance of ruining the distribution of Marvel Comics in the South. But he went ahead and did it anyway, because Stan was awesome. Anyway, and good morning, beautiful Keisha Acuff. Mwah, I know you anywhere. How you doing? And Yes, I know. And Sarah is here. Yes, Sarah, I was going to write you today. Mwah, sweetheart. How are you doing? It is so good to see you. Everyone's saying hello, Sarah. And hey, Dawn. And imagine a few years later when they figured out that women also read comics. What a bunch of... Yeah, seriously. Well, and even at the time, they were creating some strong female characters like the Scarlet Witch, and Sue Storm was starting to come into her own. She was Sue Richards, about the time she really started to kick butt. But up until then, the comic publishers thought they read things like Millie the Model or Date with Debbie or romantic interludes or teenage hot rod romance sort of things. So yeah, they really didn't understand their audience as well as they should have. And Kelly says hello to Sarah, and Sarah says, right, they never went comic shopping with me. Oh man, that's gotta be an experience. And hey, Jen and William, both guys, hope everyone is well. We are, and everyone, and Rodman Rabbit was here, yeah. And everyone, and Sarah is being greeted by Teresa Dunn. And hey, Teresa, and bless you, thank you, and I appreciate that. And what pins do you have on your fez today? Oh, and in fact, I don't have my other fez has other pins on it. Sarah, the pins are in, this is the official pin of Jeffrey Hayes for Plasma Fire Graphics, the blue one there. Then this is a nice enamel pin. All three are enamel pins. The middle one is the Snow series that you can get from Bobby Nash, who, thank you, Bobby, and Jim Beard, both of you guys, for promoting the Terrors. And it's to celebrate the Abraham Snow series. And then the top one I got as a gift from Morgan Komnick, and it is a tiny, tiny, tiny version of the Santa Stein cover. So, yeah, so that's what it is. And hey, chat from the Woke Breaker. Good morning to you, Woke Breaker. Hope you're having a good morning. Welcome to the celebration. And BKM, we need you well rested for IndieCD.com, February 24th. Contact me or Amanda Talker for more information. Well, I believe I am penciled in for that date, my friend. I am so ready. And everyone's saying hello, and congrats on the finished book. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. And good morning, Woke. And I'm slow. Is this a comic? No, what it is a novel. Words, lots of words. About 70,000 of them, actually. But it's based on an old comic character from Nidor Comics back in the 40s. It was created by the man that went on to found the American Comics Group that did Spencer Spook and Herbie Popnecker and Nemesis and Magic Man, a whole bunch of really great writer, Richard Hughes. And anyway, originally he was white, but in this one we've changed him to African American and are exploring the permutations of that. And it's got government intrigue, it's got conspiracy theories, it's got a lot of superhero action, and it's got something for everybody. So it is not a comic, but you came in late, so you're not slow. You are just you have not been fully briefed yet, but I have briefed you. But anyway, it is available on Amazon. It is also available from BarnesandNoble.com too. And once we get the ebook done, which should be later this week, it'll be available in all platforms that we can find. All right, and it's a pulp novel, Woke. Yes, it is. And found you another book of the Shadow Safe back, by the way. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I love you, Sarah. You know I love you. Or we're killed for the chance to. And okay, thanks. I'm still new to. That's okay. I'm real writing. I'm a noob. Hey, you ask the right questions, Woke, and that's how you learn stuff. That's how any of us learn stuff. And so the jury's out as to whether it's real writing or not. I have an award proof. I can do it. But anyway, that's my new novel, and it's available right now for $19.99 from Amazon or from BarnesandNoble.com. And if you order at Barnes & Noble, they can have it shipped to your local store, and you don't have to pay shipping on it. So keep that in mind. So we are supposed to infiltrate the Pulp Factory as fans, which we are, and then move to vote for the terrorists when it's time. Glorious. Well, yeah, and the thing is, if it is nominated, which I hope it will be, because I'm really that proud of it, that if nothing else, the population at large will be able to vote for it. So, and I hope people vote for it because they do enjoy it. I am, like I said, I'm very proud of it. I think it is one of the best books I've written, and I look forward to doing more. And Sarah says, I don't know why, but I can't get into pulp, so that'll be a topic on the side sometime. I'm missing something, I think. We will have to talk about that. I think I might be able to make you fall in love with it. So, and good morning, I'm awake, Molly Daniels. Mwah, good morning to you, sweetheart. Hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving this morning. And I hope you had a great weekend, too. Hope to see you all over on Nevermind the Furthermore in a few minutes. I got to get over there and fill up Nick's chat. Carl, thank you for being here, my friend. Much love to you and to Donna. And hello, Woke. And I was going to a goth video and saw this live. No idea how I keep forgetting this every freaking Monday, but I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to see you, sweetie. I really am, as always. And we made it back, and last night, Rick Bradley had an idea for the return of R&D Gaming. Yes, I love that show. Might change the night, might not. I'll probably put in a question on the best night for people on my author page. And actually, you also have like a comments tab on your YouTube channel. You might also investigate that too. And Don Dula says, I'm not a huge poll person, but I was sucked completely by Kelly's Rembrandt stratagem. You were what? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Now I'm going to have to talk fast because I don't want to get into Nick's show here. So anyway, Woke, we all started as newbies. No worries, learn from the best and transcend the rest. That's what we're here to help you do. And interesting, never heard of it, derp. Now you know, Sarah, the more you know. And Sarah thought you were talking to me, then saw Nick's comments as Molly. And Sarah just explained to me without realizing it yet. Pope! There we go. And I was actually talking to Dawn. That's fine. I just reread my last sentence. That was a mess. No, Dawn, don't change the thing. Anyway, you're putting a giggle in me, so that's a good confusion. And Sarah also has a picture of me doing this. All right? That's how good the book is. And Don Dula says, Kelly has a book in the process of being re-released, The Rembrandt Stratagem. I haven't gotten into pulp much, but that book was awesome. Well, you see, and that's where you start. It just takes one author, and then you spread out from there. And Dawn, I can give check out the work of people like John C. Bruning, Jim Beard, Andy Thicks, Ron Fortier, Bobby Nash. I can steer, tell me what you like, and I can steer you in the right direction. Also, me. Anyway, very cool pins. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Sarah. And I've got your pins on my travel fez. So anyway, Rick Bradley says, I'll definitely be getting me a copy of The Terrorist once I get the chance to, slowly getting life in a semblance of order and then going back to writing and such, and hopefully entertaining peeps. And dude, we got to get you on the road, my friend. Seriously. As always, your next secret project in the works. The secret project, not so secret, is a short story of Captain Hawkland for Charles F. Milhouse. And then we're up in the air after the first of the year. We're going to pick some stuff to work on. And love you too. I love you, Sarah. I do. And you're not alone, Sarah. Yeah. Every time we talk pulp, I need to rewatch Sky Captain of the World is Tomorrow, one of my favorite films. Oh my God, that should have been a blockbuster. That is such a good movie. And gotta jump over. Talk to you later, Brian B. Great friends. Have a great day. Kelly Carlisle, I love you. And I will get that story to you. And it's almost 10. He'll see you soon at this place right here. Check out Nicholas Tucker's channel. Never mind the Furthermore on in a couple of minutes. And good to hear Molly. And I'm off to harass Nick. Hey, Dawn, thank you. Wow, thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for putting up with my excitement. We'll have more excitement later. And thank you for your great questions and comments. Much appreciated. We're going to wrap this up fast. We're a minute into Nick's intro. Please check out The Terrors. The address is down at the bottom of your screen. And I love you too. I really do. All right. Glad you were here. Seriously, it makes me happy. So anyway, check out The Terrors by myself. My brand new novel's only been out a couple of days. Get your copy now. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and we'll have the ebook out later this week, I'm hoping. So check it out. Available from Draft to Digital and other good outlets. Also, check out risingtide.pub for all information on me and all the stuff I do. And we've got a marketplace that we're opening up soon. Stay tuned for details. And then Amazon.com, where you can find most of my books, including The Terrors and other good things. And hearts and hugs and kisses to you, sweetheart. Love you. Glad you're here. And I will talk to you soon, I promise. And also, we want to thank Adrian Gambit. Good morning to you, my friend. Hello. Hope everyone has a chilly but wonderful Monday. You too, my friend. Hope all is well with you and your family. Anyway, also, we want to thank our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you, yes, you, excuse me, can support your favorite creators with a modest, affordable monthly stipend. It's like a subscription service but you're helping the Rising Tide group, and you are getting 2 blogs a week from me that no one else gets to see usually. Very few of them are made public, and also we have some other great surprises ready for you that we're going to gear up soon. But if you want to find out what we offer, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and get all the skinny on that. Also want to steer you to Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it does matter to your readers. That's why these books sell. This is in fact, Jeffrey Hayes, the mastermind behind Plasma Fire Graphics, he won an award for Major Marjorie at the Pulp Factory last year. He does multiple genres, action, adventure, science fiction, and of course, this is his latest triumph, and this is, this is a beauty. I want this as a poster. I want this as a painting on my wall. But anyway, Jeffrey does great work. He's great to work with, and you cannot knock his indie creator-friendly pricing. He's got it, and he's a joy to work with. And let him work his magic for your book, because you worked hard on it. You want the best for it, and he delivers every time and then some. That's Jeffrey Hayes, Plasma Fire Graphics. Check out his Facebook page for more samples, and then go to plasmafiregraphics.com and check out some even more. And get that man on your schedule and you on his. You'll be glad you did. Tell him Brian K. Morris sent you. And that's Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. So we're into Nick's show right now. Nicholas Anthony Tucker, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Never mind the furthermore for more interactive conversation, maybe talking about me, who knows. But anyway, check that show out. Also at 11 on the Indie Creators Network, check out Daphne Lage and Daphne Lage and Nita Landing. I lost my place in my head. 2 lovely ladies, creative and funny and wonderful and and brilliant and wise. And I can't say enough about those 2. Anyway, check out their show at 11 a.m., 10 a.m. Central Time, and learn more about the world of independent comics. You'll be glad you did. So as always, folks, thank you for being here. We'll see you hopefully next Monday on No Warning, because usually that's just what you get. No warning that I'm going to show up or not. But please check out The Terrors, available now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and more booksellers by the end of the week. And as always, folks, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. You are awesome. Thank you all for your support so far, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Next week on No Warning. Have a great week, everyone, and do something nice for somebody else. Take care and be good.